Smallmouth bass. For most anglers, it conjures up visions of the ferocious surface takes of these hard-fighting, never-giving-up species. Pound for pound, there is no better freshwater sport fish that gives an angler a better fight and better action than the smallmouth bass. This week, we travel across Ontario, searching for these scrappy, fly-friendly fish. We'll search both lakes and rivers. I'm Colin McEwen, and this is The New Fly Fisher.
The New Fly Fisher has been made possible thanks to GoFishinOntario.com, Orvis Sporting Traditions, Scientific Anglers, Able Reels, Ross Reels, Superfly, fly fishing for everyone.
If catching bass is what you truly love to do, then Ontario is the place you want to go. Best of all, there's no problem finding solitude. Whether on a lake or river, there's lots of quality bass fishing. We'll be traveling from west to east and finally south to Ontario. We start at Hawk Lake in northwestern Ontario, then move over to Tilley Lake in Algoma country, then south to East Lake in the eastern part of the province, and finally to the Saugeen River in southern Ontario. The best thing about these locations is each is a drive-to destination which will fit anyone's budget. For our first destination, we go outside of Dryden, Ontario at Hawk Lake. Long being hailed by anglers as one of Ontario's highest-rated fishing lodges, this unique drive-to 5-star facility is operated as an exclusive private retreat. Hawk Lake Lodge's central facility is a carefully crafted log building dating back from the 1930s and features a comfortable reception area, a tackle shop, a guest dining room with polished hardwood maple floors, a floor-to-ceiling granite fireplace, a library lounge area, and a stunning window-walled view overlooking 2 large decks and Hawk Lake itself. Hawk Lake Lodge is currently one of only a handful of elite fly fishing lodges in the entire world, and only one of 7 in Canada to carry the official endorsement of Orvis. Ted Putnam, owner of Hawk Lake Lodge, will join me today. A fly fishing enthusiast, Ted has spent years fishing these waters. When fishing bass, structure is key, especially if it's adjacent to deeper water. Bass like deep water as it provides security from predators. Structure you should pay attention to on clear wilderness lakes are rocky shorelines, shoals, fallen trees, weed beds, beaver lodges, or anything that will provide cover for ambushing prey. Hawk Lake is blessed with an abundance of structure like this. At Hawk Lake, I use poppers to entice the smallmouth into vicious surface strikes.
Here he comes. There he comes. All right.
When using poppers, there's a few key things to remember. After you cast to a likely looking spot, such as fallen timber or a rocky point, let the popper sit after it lands. Avoid the temptation to start your retrieve. I like to wait until the surface rings have dissipated before popping the fly. Very often, this is when I've caught some really nice fish. Next, just make one pop of the fly, then again, wait. Very often, this is when a fish that has been eyeing your fly will strike. The last point is that when retrieving the fly, Mix it up a bit. Use a slow popping retrieve, a fast one, and sometimes a combination of both. That way, you'll be able to ascertain what they want.
There he goes. Here he comes. Look at him. Here he comes. Oh, beautiful. Oh, yeah. Oh, here we go.
Do the test. 18 and a half.
Beautiful.
Beautiful, beautiful bass. Okay, we'll gently take them in here and away you go.
This is the post-spawn period, with many large females that are hungry and feeding heavily. They're often cruising along rocky shorelines and hanging near drop-offs. During this time of the year, action can be literally non-stop.
Is that the big one? It might be.
All right, there, Ted. Good job. We just saw this. I'm throwing a pike fly, and I had a big, big bass come in and fall. And said to Ted, "Oh yeah, that's nice. That's a nice fish." And I hate to say it, that's a big fish. That wasn't the fish.
No.
Like the one I saw was 6 pounds.
Was he?
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's-
big fish.
Okay.
Okay. So we want to be bringing these fish in relatively quick. That's beautiful. Beautiful fish. What's this, like 4 feet of water?
Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
Head first. Well, that's 18.
Yeah.
That's an 18.
He's well fed.
fish. Yeah, a little tiny popper. Right in the corner of the jaw here. There you go. You see? Yellow on the bottom's the color today. That's working with these guys. And it's nice because the camera can see these on the surface, but it's good for us as anglers to see it. But yellow. Something dark. If it was a light day, we might go something light. All right. Beautiful. Good job, Ted.
Pretty fish.
Nice cast.
We now move to approximately 50 kilometers west of Sault Ste. Marie to Haviland Bay. Bill Spicer is guest of Adrian Hoke, owner of Macaulay's Motel and Misty Mountain Fly Shop. His guide for this trip is Walter Agua. Walter has lived in this area all his life and knows the lakes and rivers intimately. He's taking Bill to one of the most productive smallmouth lakes in the area, a lake called Tilly.
Good fish, too. Good fish. Oh, Walter spotted that fish, and I didn't see it at first. And I actually sight fished this. This was fantastic, and I'm trying to get him on the reel here. Oh, this is a big fish. This is a big fish.
Good job.
This is a big fish. Yes, sir. Oh, yeah. I love sight fishing. He was cruising, and I actually brought the fly up from behind him. I thought, well, I might spook him, but I didn't. He turned around and come up and grabbed it. I hope the camera got that. That was just fantastic. And I got a thumbs up for my cameraman, so this is exciting for me. This is a big fish. Scotty's McFly works again. Now, I say Scotty's McFly, it's a fly that a friend of mine tied, and he's a Scotsman. So we didn't know what to call it. So we called it Scotty's McFly. And it's been designed for this northern area of Ontario to imitate the bait fish that's around here. This is a very, very nice smallmouth bass. Very nice smallmouth bass. Now, what do you think of this, people?
Wow.
Isn't that a start? I'm into 5 pounds of fish right away. This is incredible. And away you go, buddy. Well, sir.
Good job.
Get out there.
Oh. I seen that coming straight.
Did you see that
Yes,
coming?
I did.
I missed it. I thought I was hung up on a weed.
Yeah, it hit that weed and that thing hit.
Yeah, all right.
Wow.
Woo-wee. Woo-wee! The sun has changed a bit and I couldn't see him.
I seen that you hit the weed and that thing just come right out of nowhere.
Ooh, boy. Trying to get my line on my reel here and keep the line tight.
Good job, Bill.
Thank you, thank you. That was completely by surprise. I thought I hung up on the weed there for a second because I seen the weed move. Oh, it's another big fish, yeah.
Oh, look at that, nice.
Oh, I've never seen a place with so many big fish. My goodness. Wow. These are monster fish. Oh, this taking drag. Woo-wee. Number 6 weight rod here. And a intermediate sinking line with about 4 feet of leader. That's what I'm using. And Scotty's McFly. I've seen places with lots of smallmouth and the occasional big one, but this place beats them all as far as big fish. There we go. Oh my, look at that. You got to give 80 a call at Macaulay's Motel. Bass on a budget.
Ontario is considered the top and best destination in the world for smallmouth bass. Ontario has over 400,000 rivers, streams, and lakes. This is an angler's dream destination. Virtually any freshwater species you want to fly fish for, Ontario has it. A place where you can truly get away from it all and enjoy nature. Best of all, it's very affordable and accessible. If you're looking for an incredible fishing trip that is one you will remember forever, then we strongly recommend you come to Ontario. In this segment, I traveled to Rice Lake to enjoy some of the outstanding smallmouth fishing northeastern Ontario has to offer. Rice Lake is easy to find. It's about 90 minutes east of Toronto or just 2 hours from the US border. The lake is over 18 miles long and over a mile wide, with access from Highway 401, a major highway which runs from the US-Canada border at Detroit to the Ontario-Quebec border in the east. American visitors can easily reach 401 at any major border crossing. A big smallmouth kept coming out from under the dock, shadowing my fly, but never taking it. I kept changing flies, trying to find the right one that would trigger a take, but still nothing. I was truly frustrated. Then, my cameraman picked out this one fly known as the olive sparkle leech. I would never have chosen this, but I gave it a try anyways.
We don't know nothing, Jeremy. There he is. Got him. That is a big bass. All right. Whoa. Now, gotta get him away from this dock. Whoa. I gotta tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that was a lot of work. I saw that fish 3 times and couldn't get him to come up and take it, and then I missed him. And then to give credit to my cameraman, I was looking at the flies, trying to decide what to come back with, and he picked the bright, flashy, and gaudy one. He said, that's the one you want. And you know something? It worked. Not the first cast, got him on the second. And this is a big fish. Get him on the reel here. And I don't have a net. Look at the size of that bass, folks. That's a big bass. Oh, look at the one behind him. It's as big as he is. This is why you come to Rice Lake. Oh, look at the size of the one right behind him. I hope the camera can see that. Look at that. It's as big as he is. Wow. And I got him. Look at that fish. Look at that bass. It's as long as my arm. It's huge. And look at that fly right in the top corner of the mouth. Isn't that beautiful?
See the end there? 20, 21 inches. That's a Rice Lake bass. All right, let me know. Okay. There he goes.
Moving now to southern Ontario, both Bill Spicer and myself take drift boat trips down the Saugeen River near the town of Walkerton. Walkerton is a picturesque and serene town that is only 2 hours' drive from Toronto and the US border. Friendly people, quaint shops, along with all the comforts of home, are available within close proximity of world-class bass fishing and also steelhead fishing. Many wonderful hotels and incredible B&Bs are available in the area. This, along with public access to the river, makes Walkerton an incredible and affordable vacation spot.
The reports from the previous week on the river had been good and the fishing was excellent. But this week is different. It's late season and the weather is changing, bringing in cold front after cold front. Cold fronts will challenge all your angling skills. This is mainly because fronts send most fish into negative feeding moods. What is a cold front? A cold front can be described as the edge of a colder air mass that moves in on a warmer air mass. The intensity of the front will vary. Rain, high winds, and overcast skies occur in the initial stages of most cold fronts. After the edge of cold air passes, typical weather conditions are bright, blue skies, few clouds, low humidity, and a drop in air temperature. These post-front conditions might be pleasant for most anglers, but they make for really tough fishing. Bass and other fish react to bright sky and high pressure by going deep and getting real tight to the cover. They also get very inactive. Responding to those changes will improve your odds. 3 tactics you should use is to go deeper, go slower, and fish the cover.
Fish on. Smaller fish,
Little fish.
but again, the presentation slow, just dragging it along the bottom. All you're gonna feel is like, if I could say, a sponginess on the end of your rod. And that's them inhaling the fly in. Just a little guy,
Pretty little bass. Eh?
pretty guy.
I love the red eyes on them.
But that's 2 within 5 minutes. I don't think that's too bad. Again, like I say, it can be really tough when you have a cold front, especially with bass because they're so temperature orientated. They really slow down a lot, but it doesn't mean that you can go a fishless day. Just slow down your presentation.
When conditions are right, smallmouth will eagerly take poppers on the top. When Colin visited the Saugeen, he had these conditions. Watch as he takes one of the biggest smallmouth he has ever caught.
Yes! Yes! Oh, beautiful. Good fish, Colin. Oh, that's a monstrous fish.
You gotta like it when you see them and they take.
Isn't that fantastic?
You know what I had to do there? I had to rip it to make it like it was getting away, and that's what did it. Oh, look at him go. He is going. Oh man,
oh, Colin,
this is
I think
fun.
I think this is another good fish.
Yeah. Wow. And there's nothing better than getting them on top.
That
Oh.
was beautiful. And this is a really good fish. Not like the other ones have been shabby. I'm gonna anchor up right here, Colin.
Okay.
You got a nice little, it's not too fast here. So you got a nice spot to fight them. Don't play them too high off the angle, that's it. Kind of keep your rod up here. Now, even if you're restricted a little bit, you can still, rotate your rod to the left and to the right slightly. That's it. Now, if he just comes up head up like that, drop your rod slightly to the side so that you don't pull the fly out when he jumps.
All right.
That's it.
Beautiful fish.
Remember when you're fighting these big fish, Colin, I know you've not got much of a fighting butt on the 6-weight rod or a 4-weight or anything, but put the back end of the rod right up underneath your forearm.
Like that, yeah.
Yep, tuck it in there. And that gives you lots of power for fighting these bigger fish.
Okay, ready to go in the net?
Okay,
Here we
just
go.
slide it up. One more time.
Oh,
Excellent, excellent fish, Colin. Boy, look at the girth on that bass. That is a beauty. Well, Colin, I think our popper is going to be retired after this one. But
look at the bass's stomach. Look at how thick that fish is.
isn't that a beautiful fish? Look at the thickness, the girth of this thing. Colin, what a great day.
Wow.
Isn't that fantastic?
And that is, here, let's let him go, let him go. And then I think this is a good note to end the day because, wow, to get a fish like that, see it, entice it, have him take, fight him in. John, thank you. That was great.
Most great fly fishing destinations in North America are expensive and difficult to access. Not so with Ontario. It has many drive-to locations that will fit any budget. We hope you enjoyed our tour of Ontario smallmouth bass fishing. Come visit us on the net at thenewflyfisher.com. From all of us here at The New Fly Fisher, thanks for watching, tight lines, and we'll see you soon.
The New Fly Fisher has been made possible thanks to GoFishinOntario.com, Orvis Sporting Traditions, Scientific Anglers, Able Reels, Ross Reels, Superfly, fly fishing for everyone.
To learn more about the New Fly Fisher, our locations, contests, news, and much more, come visit and like us on Facebook.